Hi there. So if you've clicked on this video, then you probably own one of these GoPro cameras. And maybe you've went out and got one of the new DJI Action cameras. And there's one issue is that, well, you've got this GoPro mounting type of system that we've been used to for a while, and it's also been used on the cheaper Action cameras as well. But as you know, the DJI Action system uses this magnetic mount. And I can take it off of there, and I can also take one of these, and I can slap it onto this one, and that only took me a couple of seconds. It's really nice when you want to get different camera angles because it's very fast. But you can't do that with the GoPro camera. Or can you? Well, if you want to know how to make your Action system and your GoPro system more compatible, well then keep watching, because you're watching Blue Collar Guy. Okay, we're back. So I'm just going to go to the downward shot really quick, and we're going to put me in the corner. Okay, so now I'm in the corner. I'm looking into the Sony ZV-E10, by the way, right now, and before I was looking into the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. So if you wanted to know what I was using on my intro there, that's what I was using. I always tell people what cameras I'm using because a lot of YouTubers will sell certain cameras, but then they turn around and use a $20,000 camera. So me, what you see is what you get. So I digress. So we have the DJI system, we have the GoPro system. The DJI, you can take it off of here, you can put it onto here. It clicks on really easy, as you can see, and it's very nice and convenient. I'm even using the GoPro tripod because once you put this little mount on there, you've got it. But then if I want to put the GoPro on there, then I have to unscrew this to put this onto here, and that's a bit of a pain in the ass. I don't like that. It actually makes you want to use your GoPro less, but this is a GoPro 360, and DJI doesn't make a 360 camera. I've asked them to make me one, but they haven't made one. So what do? Well, I found out that this company here, and I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. I just got to get my remote. So I'm going to zoom in on this little guy right here. This is made by Fallcam, and it is a conversion plate. So after I put this plate on this camera, it should be interchangeable with this mounting system. Let's take it out of the box and see if it is as simple as they claim that it is. Okay, so just take it out. Oh, you even got the wrench, and not much in the package. I don't know why they felt the need to bubble wrap an aluminum plate, but that's what it is. It is a bubble wrapped aluminum plate, and it supposedly makes it interchangeable. So let's do this. So we're going to remove the GoPro fingers. You see these two little screws here? You're going to take these out. And it even comes with screws with Loctite. Go figure. I think it even came with some extras. And this is a Torx wrench. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is a little tiny Torx wrench. Amazing. And it just happens, oh wait a minute, wrong one. It happens to fit perfectly into this application. And after I'm done this, I'm going to show you what it costs. I think it was $30. Oh, look, there's another end on here too. So if you need to get the you need to get it out, it will do it. The screws are not very long, which kind of makes you wonder how the heck did that little tiny screw, look how little short those are. And they're holding this camera, this heavy camera on with all those G-forces on your bicycle and things like that. It just makes you, you know, if it was to break off, it makes you wonder. I'm going to keep this little wrench. This little wrench is worth its weight in gold, I'll tell you. So this adapter, like I said, was about $30. And there we go. I removed it. I'm going to put the new one on. So the new one supposedly fits. Oh, look, it's still got the fingers. See, it's still got the fingers. They come out. And then you put this on like so. It just sits in there like this. Okay? And then the new screws, by the way, are longer than the ones that came with the GoPro. I want to show that to you. Look how long those are compared to the ones that are original. And part of it is because of the thickness of the plate. So I'm going to put those in. Oh, that magnet really, oh my goodness, is tough. Like it's trying to pull that in there. So I'm not going to snug them up just yet till I get them all in there. I'm going to get each one in first, and then hopefully I've put this together properly. So just in case you missed that camera shot, which I'm very sorry, I put that screw in there. But these magnets are, wow, they ever powerful. They ever powerful. And we're going to put that in there like so. I've got two more long screws to put in there, and then we'll put that in there like so. Okay. And it's not taking too long. The hardest part is fighting with these magnets because they keep trying to pull that screw out of my hands and put it in the the magnets are the ones that are, it's almost like something's trying to pull it away from you. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. I'm going to snug this up a little bit more. And, oh, Jesus. Okay. Now, normally you go corner to corner when you're tightening up screws, but these magnets are they're literally so strong they're pulling the wrench out of my hands. All right, I don't want to strip them. They're little Torx is what they are, miniature. Don't know what size they are. Really don't know what size they are. But let's find out if it clips on. And it does. Look at that. So the GoPro now clips on, and it's a little bit wobbly though. It's a little bit wobbly, so it's not as tight as the other mount. It's a little bit more wobbly. Let's see if it's tighter on the non-small rig version. This is an original DJI clip. All right. There we go. This one's tighter, okay? So this one is snug, okay? But on the small rig one, it's a little bit loose. I find that kind of odd though, because on the DJI one, it's oh, wait a minute. I think I know what the problem is. There we go. There. All right, I just had to tighten up this part, but it's still a little bit wobbly on the small rig version. A little bit more. I didn't notice that, but the small rig version has a little bit of play in it. Not much though, not much. So I wonder if there's a solution to that. Sometimes you can tighten that up by putting a little bit more padding under here, and then when it does click, it's a little firmer. So you'd have to get some kind of like a velvet pad or something, and you'd put that into there, and then when it clicks down, it's got pressure on it so that you don't have that wobble. But on the original DJI, it is as snug as you can imagine. So now we've done it. we have the GoPro mounted on a DJI plate. If I want to still mount it as a GoPro, like through the fingers, I can pull these out and I can still mount it like this. So it can still go through the finger part like that. So if you wanted to do that, you can. But why would you? And it also now has a 1/4-20 thread. So if I wanted to take the 1/4-20 thread off this, like let me just unscrew this, and then I'll see if I can't screw that in the bottom of there, right? So now if you just wanted to mount it on a regular tripod, like a camera mount, you can do that too. And it's actually, the plate's on there. It's good. So let's just go to the price of it. So I'm going to show you where I got it. I got it on Amazon. I don't buy everything on Amazon, but you know, I got that on Amazon. All right. Sorry about that. Probably had to edit out a little bit of that because I have my Google Pixel tablet up to the Chromecast, and you have to keep linking it up every single time. But I do love the way it works. There's very little lag. So this is the little plate that I just showed you. It came with the wrenches and everything. It's $30. You know, that's how you retrofit it, and then it will work with the DJI mounts. So you've converted your GoPro mount into a DJI, and there's the instructions. I just showed you how to do it. Everything comes in the box, you know, very simple. You know, it's got the 1/4-20 thread. So yeah, it's a pretty nifty little thing. So I'm just going to go back to me now, and that's it. That's it for this video. Very simple video, but it was something that was frustrating me. I'm sure that a lot of people that have went out and they got their DJI Action camera, and then they're like, well, what do I do with this GoPro camera? Well, now I can either thread it in 1/4-20, or I can put it on the Ulanzi mount. So you know, it's a lot more convenient. You know, it's a lot more convenient, I'll tell you that. And yeah, and I've got it on, yeah, I can put it on the helmet now. I can put it on the bicycle mount. I can put it on, you know, anywhere where I've got one of these, and I can do that. I am going to look at this DJ or this small rig mount again though, because like I said, I did not realize that it had a little bit of play in it. There was this little velvet type of pads in here, and I'm going to see if there's a way to adjust that. But even if I was to put like a piece of tape on it, or something small, oh, here's a solution. A label. So if I was to put a label from my label maker and clip that on there, less play. Yeah, you can adjust it yourself. Just put a little bit of piece of tape, or maybe a thin piece of velvet or something, and then you can take that play out just by tightening it out. It has to be able to engage the clamps though, so make sure that when you put it on there you can engage the clamps. But just you don't want to have any wiggle in your unit, because that could create vibration, and you don't want that. So, but you can, it's an easy fix. You know, I can easily just put a bunch of these you know, labels off my label maker, and I can stick them together and create the thickness that I need to solve that play issue. So if you're having that issue with your small rig mount, you don't have to go get another one or say, oh no, it's no good. You can adjust that. They did put pads in the bottom of it, and maybe they just left a little bit too much play. And I just noticed that, you know. That's interesting, because I've been using this, and I use it mainly for this though, so the tripod. So and it's not critical for the tripod, but you know, just to let you know. But if I put this on this mount, then it's a lot tighter. Like there is no play on the DJI, the ones that are marked DJI, just so you know. And sometimes that's why you got to buy the original DJI stuff, because of things like that, because they're manufactured to a different level of spec. They know they don't want to give themselves a bad name. So, you know, people say, well, I can buy a knockoff for $13, or I can, you know, the original is $21. That just tells you that maybe you want to have the original one, you know. It's not just for the fancy name printed on the front. It actually has no play in it. So we learned two things today. I have some exciting stuff coming up. I'm just going to switch cameras over to another camera here. So the exciting stuff that I have coming up is I've got a video coming out, and it's going to talk about software-based editing and hardware-based editing, and the difference. Because as you know, I've got a video switcher now, and that's how I'm able to switch cameras. Before you have a video switcher, you've got to use software-based editing, meaning that you have to have an editing program in your computer to accomplish all these interesting little tasks. Now, you still need editing software, but you're not going to be putting the demands on it that you are before. And I'm going to be talking about that in detail. I'm not going to get into that right now. This was just on this, but I just wanted to let you know that I'm going to be discussing not just how to do hardware-based editing when you're in the studio like this, because everyone's already talked about that issue is, but it's what to do when you want to do hardware-based editing and you filmed out there and you want to bring that stuff in, and what do you do in that situation? And I think I've got a solution to that, but it was a bit of a rabbit hole. I got to tell you, it was, you know, I had to get some different equipment. I had to try different things. So I had to do a lot of experimenting. So that's that was one of the issues I was getting in. But kind of based on what they do in the TV world, more specifically the news world, because you know, when the news channels used to go out and they had to do filming on site, or they had to broadcast on site, or they had to film and then bring it into the studio, they didn't have a lot of time for editing. And as you know, software-based editing can take hours. And I hate that. I hate that because it really, you know, on one hand, you know, it allows you to be creative with your editing, but on the other hand, a lot of people don't appreciate that. So your creativity should be in what you're showing the viewer. So cutting down on the editing allows you to express a type of creativity that can be appreciated by the viewer itself. If you're hearing any noises, there's a bit of a thunderstorm, and I think the garbage truck is here, so sorry about that. Anyways, that's it. Look for those videos. I also have another video coming up on how to get really super smooth footage from your Action cameras. Okay, so if you got one of these Action cameras, like this is the Action 3, and it's a little bit dark right now, there we go, and you want to get super smooth cinematic footage, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, I actually got two items kind of, and something else that nobody else is talking about. And I'm kind of surprised, because I always look, and that's the thing about my channel, is I look for things that are not being talked about that I think you may have a question or you want an answer to. I don't know what that pounding is, so I'll try to get rid of that. Anyways, take care, be safe at work, and I'll see you at the next video.